welcome to a very special Mad Hatter Reviews, okay? If you look real closely, you're gonna notice that I am standing behind a very beautiful Muppets playset, okay? A Muppets kitchen playset. And although that is not what I am reviewing today, I wanted to bring this out because I thought it was appropriate since I am going to be talking about the Sesame Street, Ernie, and Bert. And I'm gonna give you a little bit of toy history, all right? And a little bit of my history to tell you why having these figures and having this Sesame Street line be a thing now means a lot to me, okay? And it's something that I've been waiting for. I mean, look at the title, 20 years. I've been waiting for these for half my life now, okay? So, what is going on? What are you talking about? What is this playset? What is the deal? So if you don't know, 20 years ago, probably even more at this point, there used to be a company called Palisades Toys. Palisades Toys made a lot of cool things, but the coolest thing that I thought they made were the Muppets line. And they went deep into the Muppets line. It was a very, very successful line. They got like niche characters like, I even forgot what this guy's name is, okay? The janitor dude, and obviously the primary characters. You had like Miss Piggy. They all came with these beautiful stands. I'll show you if you want. I'll give you a little closer peek at this playset. I think I have all of them except like the real niche like exclusives. Back then it was like real hard to get exclusives. Like there was like a wedding Kermit and Piggy that came out it was like 300 were made for a certain convention. I don't have some of those, but I went in pretty hard on this line, okay? It was the first line that I remember just like collecting. I was like, I have to get all these because even at the time, I was astounded by this line because it was one of the first lines where the figures looked like they did on the show, which we take that for granted now because, you know, modern technology with toys and it's very common to have things that they look like they just leapt right out of the show, right out of the movie. Back then, it wasn't that common, all right? This was like, so 2000 to 2005, you're talking about post Power of the Force, where it's like you had like yoked out like Luke Skywalker and Han Solo. It was not a common thing where the toys looked exactly like you remember them on the movies or the TV shows. But this did it, all right? This was one of the first lines that did it, and for a property that was beloved. The Muppets had like that Muppet texture, like this Swedish chef. I'll give you like a closer look in a second, but the texturing was on point. Everything was just on point about this line. And again, they went pretty deep. They had like 5 play sets. It was this, the backstage, the electric band, the lab, and I think there was, and the pigs in space. I think that was all the play sets that they had. They had a really good run, all right? I wish they could have gone further. And on the spirit of I wish they could have gone further, one of the things that they did have the rights for and they made prototypes for at the time this is around, I think, 2005, 2006, was Sesame Street. They were going to come out with a Sesame Street line. They had multiple prototypes for it. They had in-package art, I remember in Toy Fair reading about it. It was, I think the first wave was the 2-headed monster, Ernie, Oscar the Grouch for sure, and then somebody else that I can't remember. But it was like 4 figures, and they each were going to come with a piece of the street for Sesame Street, and it was going to be a thing. But after that, Palisades went under, all right? And I thought it was like I don't know. I thought it was a huge loss because they were doing like amazing stuff. I think a lot of those artists went to other places. Funny enough, I talked to last San Diego Comic-Con to Trevor Zammit, who is obviously one of the guys that runs some of the NECA lines that you love, Ninja Turtles and things like that. He's on this. I'll go through the credits right here, but he told me that he actually worked for Palisades, which tracks because as much as I take shots at NECA corporate practices that I find sometimes dubious, I love their artists, and he is no exception. I think that guy is probably one of the geniuses of the NECA think tank. He just does really great shit, and it's just like any good movie. you need a good director or a director with a vision. And I believe that he's probably one of the ones that's most responsible, if I had to guess, for this coming out, because this is now picking up where that left off, okay? Now, it has nothing to do rights-wise with Palisades. This is a completely new company. This is NECA making them, but I have a feeling, just because when I saw them at Comic-Con, I just took a look at them now, that they will fit seamlessly with the Palisades, with the Palisades Muppets, which is what you want. Does that mean that maybe down the line, if this is successful, NECA won't make their own Muppets? Maybe they will, but they'll probably be very similar to this, and these are going to be hard to beat. But I'd love to see them try. So I am super thankful that these are coming out. I'm loving it, because I was really upset about, not just from the sort of loss of like, oh, I love this property and it's going away, but like I thought that was kind of like the ultimate place to go, is having the Muppets in this awesome style with Sesame Street in this great style and having them all together. So let's just take a look at the boxes itself, and then if you want, at the end, I'll show you like just a kind of like a walkthrough, just in case anybody's curious. I might do a whole walkthrough on this line once I take them all out of the box, but at the end of the video, I'll show you just a quick walkthrough on this, just in case you're curious about it. So you got the Bert art right here. He looks all annoyed. He's got his bottle caps. He's got the little pigeon right there. And then Art is great. Art's on point always. And then you get some photos there, and then Sesame Street. I love the yellow of this box. When Palisades was going to do it, I think it was just going to be like a blister pack, but this is just as good. And then you have the glare right there, but you get Bert with the two faces, and that's Bert. That's as Bert as a Bert can get. And then you have Ernie right here, and he's got his little rubber ducky, of course. And then you have this side, and you got this side, and then right here with the C. I would love if they could somehow, there you go, get to the whole alphabet. Also, so this does not go unmentioned. Let's talk about the directors. Okay, there are a few people to credit: Randy Falk, Stephen Fulkins, and Trevor Zammit. Sculpt and fabrication for Ernie: Paul Harding. Paint: Jeff Trapp, Mike Puzo. Prototypes: Roger Fernandez. Photography: Stephen Mazurek. Packaging: Travis Hasback. And then illustrations: Aaron Hazuri. You know what? It looked familiar. This looks like Aaron's. Aaron is a great artist, by the way. Does a lot of like Ninja Turtle art. And then Bert right here. Oh my God, I'm so like giddy to have these things. Director, same directors, it looks like: Randy Falk, Stephen Fulkins, and Trevor Zammit. Sculpt and fabrication: Paul Harding, Brody Perkins. Paint: Jeff Trapp, Mike Puzo. Prototypes: Roger Fernandez. Photography: Stephen Mazurek. Packaging: Travis Hasback. And illustrations, again, Aaron Hazuri. All right. Man, I am very excited to have these. I remember almost bidding on an Ernie prototype like way back. Back then it wasn't like crazy expensive. It was still expensive, but I think it sold for like $400 or something, which for like a prototype of something unreleased, a Palisades prototype, it's like probably going to the thousands now. But man, I wish I had money back then, but I had enough money to get this. This is all I spent my money on, by the way, stuff like this, all right? Probably weighed like $1.50, but I had toys because that's where my money went to. So, man, I am so excited to open this. Why am I talking about opening it? I should be opening it. I'll see you there. All right, we are back, and this is a home run, as you call it. This is everything I wanted. In fact, when I took a look at some of the old Palisade photos between this and the other video, I realized that this Ernie is just a better sculpt. Okay, call it, I don't know, sometimes things age or maybe the way it looked, but I freaking love these. Okay, I'm going to try not to curse. I don't think I cursed yet, all right, because I was just thinking about this. My daughter is into like Sesame Street now, and it's like, I don't know. I feel I'm in a Sesame Street kind of mood, and it's just amazing. It's crazy how like that property just traverses. You talk about like things like Ninja Turtles, but like that property just like it just spans generations. But anyway, this is incredible. I feel like this is, look, top 20 lists are very subjective, and I know that I bang that drum a lot, but this, to me, just on a personal level, I feel like I've been waiting for these a long time, and like I feel this sense of like completion Okay, guys, when I get this, I'm like, oh my God, like it's happening. It's finally happening. I know they got a countdown deck and like, anyway, all right, I'm gonna stop nerding out. Ernie, they did their homework. He looks like a Muppet. He's got that Muppet texture. His face works from many, many angles. The paint is awesome. They did a great job on the hair. Okay, they did not cheapen out. It's got just all kinds of sculpt in there. They did a great job just on the paint on the shirt, and it has like, if you look real close, like just the lines here, and articulation is pretty decent for a Muppet, an aesthetic figure like this. But you're gonna get everything you need to get. You get the hand, you get the hinges, you get the legs. Okay, Ernie, if you need him to do the splits. I love the shoes. The shoes on Bert are great too, but it's great. The plastic is soft enough so it doesn't feel like it's brittle. And man, this is a wonderful Ernie. Okay, in terms of his accessories, of course you need the rubber ducky, and the rubber ducky, you gotta put it. Come on, let me get it in his hand. There you go. You might have to finagle it a little bit. Here's the other face. Okay. I was very conflicted, by the way. I went through for the open mouth. It just seems like a happier kind of like Ernie type mouth. You get different types of hands. Okay, grabby hands and palm hands. There, you get this portrait, this Ernie and Bert portrait right there. This, by the way, this thing is like begging for the apartment. Like these two, having these two guys and just having this like this portrait that can't go anywhere, okay, but it does have a plug. It's begging for some kind of a diorama, okay? So hopefully this line does well. You get a C, all right? A C with eyes, and because you're gonna need, oh God, you're gonna need a C for all your alphabet needs, and hopefully as they continue, it'd be a shame just to get like half the alphabet. So hopefully they go for it. Bert is great. I had to go for this head because when I think of Bert, I think of this kind of like face, this kind of vibe, just always teetering on just losing his temper. Okay, Bert kind of reminds me of a guy I know, that a guy I do live streams with. There's a similar kind of energy there. The turtleneck right here, and his head swivels in the turtleneck. You get the arms, they go up this much, and you get the elbows and the hinge. And again, very, very soft plastic. You don't feel like you're gonna break it. And then I love the shoes. Just great pulls on this thing. Okay, lots of inside baseball. If you've been watching Sesame Street your whole life. It comes with some grabby hands, some pointy hands, a palm hand. It comes with an open book, the book of boring stories, and you got some scribbling in there. This feels very, very Palisades. Okay, just the detail on this. You get this boy oh boy box, and it's got hinges on there, and then you get all his paper clips. Okay, the details like this just show me that like they're trying to get like that Palisade sort of like aesthetic to this, which I'm here for. And then of course the bottle cap collection, and it's got a little thing like there, so if you have a table you can prop it up on there. Here's the alternate head. Okay, also a good head. The hair's a little different. It kind of like some droop down here where this is just completely up, but this is like a face where he's just kind of like surprised at some shenanigans that Ernie is doing, but then he's about to get angry. Okay, so a little dent on the head. Okay, I'm gonna let that go before I go crazy. You get this pigeon, of course. All right, you need the pigeon. I was gonna call it Pigeon Pete, but you get the pigeon. Does pigeon have a name? I don't remember. But Bert with the pigeons, and then this A right here. This A is a little terrifying to me. I don't know why. I think it's because the face is so small and off center, and just like the A is so big. There's a something, I don't know what it is. It's something terrifying to me about this. It's almost like an H.P. Lovecraft kind of sort of like demonic god for some reason. I don't know. Why am I thinking that? I don't know. All right, maybe it's just me, or it could just be just kind of like a cute little face. All right, I don't know. There's something about it, but yeah, I'm gonna put this down. By the way, this hair came off pretty easily and then pops back in. Okay, I mean it's not gonna fall or anything, but I'm wondering if that's by design, and you can just kind of like swap them in with the other hair pieces. If you want your Sesame Street characters to hang out with your Ninja Turtles on the street, you can do that too. There's the NECA one, there's the Mesco one. Ironically, I think they fit better with the Mesco one because he has texture This guy's much more cartoony. Nothing against him, but this guy's got the texture, and these guys are very texture heavy. All right, so they might go along together. But yeah, I don't know what else to pair these guys up with. Here's a good pairing. Let's put Zangief in there, okay? Because these guys are from Sesame Street, and he's a street fighter. So, you know, maybe he can protect them or something. I don't know. I'm sure there's some kind of criminality on Sesame Street. I can't imagine that it's all safe. So, you know, you get Zangief in there, and he just, guards the door. And put some other guys there. Why not? Okay. This kind of looks like Ernie's throwing a party, and a bunch of people showed up, and Bert's kind of like annoyed and trying to he's like, I'm just gonna read the book and try not to look at his apartment. It's getting all messed up. So yeah, tons of fun with the Sesame Street guys. And just take a look at them with the Palisades Muppet figures. I mean, they look great. All right. It's a, dare I say, perfect fit. Texturing, similar scale. Okay, the scale is great on these. Put that janitor guy over there. I can't remember his name. Is it like Gus or something? I don't know. And then Ernie with the Swedish chef. And man, I'm like, this is so surreal. It's really just, it's like why you collect toys, you know what I mean? Like, it just brings you just some kind of happiness. I don't think it's like a bad thing. I think, you know, as long as you keep it under control, it's a wonderful hobby. So happy that NECA decided to do this, all right? This, to me, this line is a win. It's definitely in the W column, and I will be a customer for any Sesame Street figures they come out with, okay? I know, like, the Count is on deck, most likely a Big Bird, but this is just such a part of my childhood, a bunch of people's childhood, so in my wheelhouse, too. Like, I love anything that's like Henson or Henson adjacent, okay? So, and that's not just Muppets and Sesame Street. It's like Labyrinth and all that stuff. There's a lot of other stuff they could like mine, and I hope they do, because like that guy's like one of my idols, and you know, just to get more stuff like this is I mean, look how fun this is. You know, this is why I do it. You ask me why I do it, okay? Well, you didn't ask, but if you did, I would say this right here. This is why I do it. And yeah, so that's it. That is the review of the Ernie and Bert action figures. If you want to see the playset, let me just kind of give you like just a little bit of a tour right here. Let's take out the Swedish chef, okay? All this stuff, by the way, comes with the kitchen, but he's got the tenderizing hammer. He's got a saw. You have these bandito crabs that came with everything. You have all of these like accessory, not the rubber ducky, but like this is like one piece here, and this is like this kind of like tray, but like these little cabinets can like open up, and these drawers can like open up. Not everything, but most of the stuff, these can open up. You got this plate, you got this little phone, and this handle comes off. I haven't looked at this for years, okay? This is like the first time, but the fridge opens up, and there's like stuff here. There's like milk, and oh my God. It's like there's a sink, dirty sink. You can hang up some meats. There's like a blender. There's these collector plates. This glass thing opens up, the thing cabinet. You got singing tomatoes. You got stoves that open up. You have more stuff, all the stuff here. Let me move Ernie. This right here, this pulls out, and then this opens up this way, and then this little piece, and then this like, oh, but this is wild. I'm just looking at it. I was like, it's wild that this was made. You got this radio, this fire extinguisher, these bags of flour. There's so much stuff here. There's tons of accessories, okay? And I think this cost, I don't know what it cost at the time, $50 or something like that. It's crazy what they made at one point, okay? At one point, they made something like this. If they made this now, it'd be $300, I swear. It's crazy, all right? And yeah, maybe that's why they went under. I don't know. Maybe did they deliver too much? I have no idea. But yeah, so just Ernie and Bert review plus bonus playset. That is all. I'm tired. See you later. Bye.